What's going on, guys? Troy and Mountain Man Treasure here, and I think it's official. It's the fourth quarter.
Mountain Man
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I am a part-time reseller based out of Montana. I work at a radio station in the morning, and then when I get off around lunchtime or so, it's time for eBay and YouTube. And this is a What Sold video. This is a great way to learn, especially for newer resellers, but for all of us to watch this type of video and find out what people are selling, the prices things are selling at. It's a good way to squirrel away information for future garage sales or thrift stores, wherever you're sourcing your stuff. And a little bit of an unintentional experiment this weekend. I was not feeling good on Friday. I actually went home from the day job early, came home in the morning, went to bed, and got up, and I had to go call a football game on Friday night, so I basically slept all day until I had to go up and do that, and then came home, went to bed again. Saturday, it was a little bit chilly. We are officially at the tail end of garage sale season here in Montana. There was a smattering of sales out there. I probably would have gone out to them under normal circumstances and tried to dig up something, but I just was not feeling it. Not feeling well at all. Some sort of stomach bug. And so I thought, no, we're gonna call off the garage sales. I'm gonna rest up. And so Saturday was mostly spent in bed. Woke up a few times, watched some bad movies, and then went back to sleep, right? So I spent about 48 hours in bed, or the better part of 48 hours. Didn't list anything. So didn't list anything Friday, didn't list anything Saturday. And Sundays, I usually don't list anything. That's usually my packing and otherwise relaxing day, football, church, that sort of thing. And so I haven't listed anything now in 3 days. I'll list again on tomorrow, on Monday, but I haven't listed anything since Thursday early. And I think we all know that when you list more, you sell more. But in the fourth quarter, more things are going to start selling regardless. So it was sort of a battle of those two truths, right? And fourth quarter won out. I had a pretty solid weekend despite not listing anything. Now, that is not an excuse for you to go out and say, well, Mountain Man says you don't have to list to sell. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying things are ramping up already for the fourth quarter. I'm selling some things that, frankly, are fourth quarter items. I would think that they would go as Christmas presents. I think people are shopping early. I think word is out. People understand that there are going to be holes on shelves at Target, Walmart, Costco, wherever. The supply chain situation is it's going to be evident this Christmas. And so I think especially toys are starting to move early. And so if you've got those, you want to get them listed. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights of the last week before we then look at what I sold this weekend. Then we're going to talk a little bit about eBay and media mail, mailing, and shipping in general. So that's what's coming up here. Quickly looking at some of the highlights of the last week. Here's one of those Christmas things. This Lego Jurassic World. I picked this up in a set of, I think 7 or 8 new and sealed Lego boxes from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. Paid $100 for all of them. And this almost paid off all of them right here. This sold for $73.69 plus shipping. Then I sold this cool NASA plaque, this Challenger plaque. It had laser etched, it looked like, engraved portraits of all the astronauts. They're really, really unique, and took an offer of $99 plus shipping on that. We sold this Mattel Electronic Football 2. This isn't the original one. This is the second one, and came with the instructions and the box. Really cool pickup. I grabbed this the same time I picked up that plaque, actually, at the local thrift, typically the overpriced thrift. But you can always find something, or you can usually find something that they missed. I think I got this for $275, and it sold for $40 plus shipping. And then Fant came in, a viewer of the channel, and bought this set of cat collars, breakaway collars, and a set of nutcracker ornaments. Paid $24.48 plus shipping for that. Thank you so much. So appreciate that purchase. And when viewers come in, that's a really cool thing. I really, really appreciate that. I sold this Coors hat. Nothing big here, but just wanted to show you that you can sell hats for pretty decent money. $16.39 plus shipping on this one. It's sat for a while. Hats tend to be relatively long tail items, or at least a lot of them, the majority of them. But the ROI is great. You get them at garage sales a lot of times for a quarter, 50 cents, $1, in that range. And then they'll sell a lot of times for 10, 12, 15 bucks. It's a really good return on investment. The snake mug, you saw me talk about this on a very recent video, and you know what? It sold $81.99 plus shipping for this late night with Craig Ferguson snake mug, rattlesnake mug. Keep an eye out for this thing. It sells every single time. I paid $2 for that at a garage sale. It lasted about a week and a half. It sold relatively quickly. I do sell tennis shoes. I haven't been finding them a lot lately, but I do sell them, and this pair of Nike Lunar TR1 cross trainers sold for $26 plus shipping. Then we sold another Lego set. This is Star Wars Encounter at Jakku. This went for $39.52 plus shipping. Sold a video game. Video games are going to be great. One thing, if you've got video games, get them listed now, of course, just in case for ahead of Christmas. But I found that video games actually sell really, really well in January. That's when everybody has the gift cards from grandma that they want to spend, right? A lot of times they're spending them on video games. Video games sell very well for me in January. So this Overpass for the PS4 sold for $14.73 plus shipping. And so that's some of the highlights from the last week. Now, time to look at what sold this weekend. That's Friday through right now. It's Sunday. It's at halftime, actually, of the Cowboys-Giants game. That's officially when I'm recording this thing. So we got to move our way through this so I can get back in there for the third quarter. We sold this Tales from the Crypt Bordello of Blood on VHS, $5.99 plus international shipping to Canada. This 4th of July troll, really cool, sold for $14.40 plus international shipping. This one going to Israel. I've only sold a handful of items to Israel, but I've sold a hat there and a couple other things. So always cool to get things going to a place that you don't sell to very often. And Israel is on that list for me. These fiber optic shotgun sights. I had 2 of them. I paid 50 cents for the set at a garage sale, and one buyer came in and bought both of them for $17.98 plus shipping. I sold the zombie head that I've had hanging out here behind me, a vintage piece, really, really cool. And I had it listed for about 60 bucks, but it's getting close to Halloween. Somebody sent me an offer of 40. I countered it as something or other. They countered back at 50. And I took it. So 50 bucks plus shipping. I think this is the one we paid like $1 or something for at a garage sale where we got a whole bunch of Halloween stuff. So definitely a good return there. Sold another Schleich horse, this one for $6.64 plus shipping. Sold several of those this week. Sold a cow for 10 bucks. I mean, those things are making pretty decent money. We sold this alien troll. This one relatively rare, and it went for $19.76 plus shipping. If you see those trolls, maybe pick them up. Most garage sales, you're going to get them pretty cheap. Then this is an interesting one. I got a message through the eBay system from a person that said, hey, I'm interested in a whole lot of VHS tapes that you have. Would you be willing to make a bundle deal? And they sent me a list of some of the ones that they were looking at. Well, then I had listed a few after that, and then a couple that they were interested in sold. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I had originally replied back and said, I added it up, and all of them added up to, I think it was about 130 bucks plus shipping. And I said, you know what? If you're buying all these, we'll do 100 bucks free shipping all in. 100 bucks shipped, they're yours. And didn't hear back for a couple days. But then all of a sudden this weekend, here it came. So check it out on here. I'm going to show you all here. Trancers 1 through 5. Then we got Plan 9 from Outer Space, which has been called the worst movie of all time. Vampire Journals is in there. We got Oblivion 1 and Oblivion 2. Dark Angel. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Superman 2, and then Superman 3. And then I had a combination of 2 that didn't sell very well on their own. I don't remember what it is. It's on the screen. There's a Dungeons and Dragons and like a Sword of the Sorcerer or something, a fantasy thing. So all in, we sold those for 100 bucks. So I actually got a comment on the video where I picked up all of those VHS, and somebody was saying, "Is it really worth it? You know, for $1.99, for $2.99, is that worth it?" Well, yeah, because I'm fine selling those little by little and making that money a little bit at a time. Honestly, it doesn't take me any time to pack those things. I'll show you coming up later this week. So I did get a lot of questions on, how do you pack VHS? How do you pack DVDs? I'll show you. It's really, really simple. We'll put that on Wednesday's video. This is why I picked those up. If you pick them all up in the same genre, you might get a buyer coming in, buying a bunch of them. And if not, you're making money little bits at a time. I'm good with that. But $100 sale, yeah, that's good, right? Especially, again, when I didn't list this weekend. Sold another troll. It was a troll-heavy weekend, this lucky lottery troll. It turns out this one going to the same buyer. They came back later and found another troll that they liked, $7.99 plus that shipping to Israel. Then we sold an old lady Halloween mask. I haven't sold a whole lot of Halloween stuff this season. I thought I'd do better with that. I haven't really seen it. $16.74 plus shipping. Sold this automatic can opener. Got this at a sale for like $1. I got 3 of them. Quantity listing, $16.74. Free shipping. It depends on where it goes. It's about $8 to ship it out. So we make $7-8 after it all. Not bad. Ducks Unlimited. I've told you that this sells pretty well for me. Ducks Unlimited and Pheasants Forever. This one I picked up at that most recent sale. I think you saw this on Friday. I paid probably $1 for it, if that. I took an offer. I had it up for about, I think it was like $12, $13, something like that. Somebody sent me an offer of 10. I took that. So $10 plus shipping. We sold this wonderful World of Disney pin for $14.73 plus shipping. Micro cord. This is not a big sale, but you know what? I'll take it. $7.99 free shipping there. Another VHS tape. This one, a single Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys. I don't know. I've never seen it. It's probably terrible, but this is also the season when that sort of stuff is going to be selling. $6.99 plus shipping there. I sold, it's sitting behind me there, behind the Eneman. Hold on one second. Let me grab it. So here it is. This actually pretty cool. It's a wire fence from the demilitarized zone on the 50th anniversary of the Korean War. It says, this is the gift which officials in Republic of Korea present to the American soldiers on duty in Korea in token of gratitude. So I saw it. I didn't know how much it was worth, but I just thought it was really, really cool. And so picked it up, $30.14 plus shipping. And then we sold Seasons of the Heart. This a DVD. It's going to Australia, $39.75 Australian dollars. Then we sold Fundamentals of Photography 2. This one for $29.81 plus shipping. Smallville, the final season, $19.76 plus shipping. Mortal Kombat for the Xbox 360. I actually sold this twice this weekend. It sold on, I think, Friday maybe, and then the buyer canceled. It sold overnight, and the buyer canceled. So I guess I technically did list this weekend. I had 2 canceled sales, so I canceled those, and it did relist those. So I guess I did list 2 things this weekend. So I relisted this, and it sold again this weekend, $13.11. Plus, this time, international shipping up to Canada. Then we sold the Elder Scrolls Anthology, this all of the Elder Scrolls games for the PC all together. This is a really cool set. If you see it, pick it up. It sells very well. Took an offer of $50 plus shipping on that. And then we sold another Lego set, and I actually did grab that one down because, well, I put it in the thumbnail. So here it is. This is another one. This one sold for $63.64 plus shipping, and it's going international up to Switzerland. If you do sell international, Q4 always starts early that way because they have to order stuff early in order to get it there in time for Christmas. So sort of the frenzy of sales. You won't see super heavy typically Q4 sales here until, after Thanksgiving. That's when it really starts. I think it is starting earlier this year, but it always starts earlier when you're talking overseas. And so that's another good reason to start selling overseas. So this one going over to Switzerland. So that is what we sold this weekend. So a couple of things real quick. I do want to thank, we've had a couple folks come in and do the whole buy me a coffee thing. Really, really appreciate that. Fishboxer came in and bought us 5 coffees. So always showing up in the comments. Thank you so much for that support. That's awesome. Ray Lilly bought us a couple, and Ray Lilly's actually come in like 2 or 3 times before and bought, I think, 4 previous coffees. So thank you there. Janet bought 5 coffees, and going back a little bit, someone They didn't leave their name. I know who it is, but someone bought us 3. So we've had some people coming in and do that. Thank you so much. The link's down below if you want to do that. Obviously, no pressure. You don't need to do that. I don't expect anything there, but I was told that I need to tell people about that by a couple people in the comments and by a couple messages that I need to advertise that more. I don't know. I don't want to advertise it all the time, but it is down there in the description of the video, along with a link to our eBay store if you want to check that out, see some of the things that we're selling. So thank you to everybody that did that. Wanted to point out a couple of mail things. Like I said, one thing, eBay did send out a notice actually last month saying, hey, you can't ship to Australia anymore. USPS is halting shipping to Australia. And then they buried in there in like the 3rd or the 4th paragraph or something, oh, by the way, if you're shipping through global shipping or international standard, that's the one that I use. I think it's a far better deal. You'll probably sell 10 times as much as you will with global shipping, or than you will with global shipping, excuse me, through the international standard. You're going to sell a lot more that way. If you use either of those two, you're fine. It's still going to get there. Also, if you ship through pirate ships, simple export rate, that's still going to get there. There's like 24 countries that they're not shipping to, mostly for COVID reasons, or for they're saying, well, we just don't have the transportation. We don't have the people. We can't get it there. New Zealand recently added to the list as well. And I don't sell a lot of stuff there, but I do sell quite a bit of stuff to Australia. So when that first came out, I was a little bit nervous because it does cut off some of our sales. As you saw, one sale to Australia this weekend. But again, if you sell through either of eBay's programs or Pirate Ship's simple export rate, you're good. You just can't ship it direct yourself. And I think that's just because those programs use somebody else. I think Ascendia or whoever, they use somebody else other than the Postal Service. Once it hits the hub, the Postal Service gets it to the hub, and then from those hubs, they get it to the country through a third party. And then that country's postal service takes over. So if you're still shipping that way, you're good, you're covered, you can still sell internationally. No mail as you're watching this. If you're watching it day 1 today, federal holiday. So you get an extra day to pack up stuff, which is why I haven't actually packed anything yet. I'm taking advantage of that extra day. And I'm a little behind from not feeling well for a couple days. So not packing anything. I'll probably pack a few things tonight, but then I'm going to take advantage of the extra day and pack more on Monday. So no mail. So that's a bonus for you guys, but it does actually point out, and I would have done if I was feeling better, get out a little bit early if I can. I did get some stuff out early on Friday. I had a few things to pack, so I forced myself to pack a couple of the extras that I had in at the time. I do try to get some stuff out day of purchase if it's in before I pack and drop off the mail. That is one of the ways I hear a lot of people saying, how do I get good feedback? I can't get people to leave me feedback. If you go back through all of my feedback on my account, I would say, I don't know, I'm just grabbing a number, 60 to 70% of the positive feedback that I get specifically mentions, I got this sooner than I expected to get it. So if you're ahead of a weekend, if you're ahead of a holiday, or if the two combine, especially like this weekend where the holiday falls on a Monday, and somebody bought something on Friday and you're set up for next day, well, they're not anticipating you sending that out until Tuesday, right? Well, if you get that shipped out on Friday and they're actually relatively close to you, they're probably going to get it on Tuesday, or there's a chance that they do. Or they'll get it on Wednesday, and they're not thinking it's even in the mail yet, right? So that is something that stands out, and that is something that's going to get them to go in and leave you good feedback. So do your best to get some stuff out early, ahead of the weekend and ahead of holidays. I promise you it's going to get you good feedback. Do you want to talk about media mail? I promised we were going to talk about that. eBay sent out an erroneous message, apparently, here very, very recently, and they sent a whole bunch of people scrambling. Weirdly, I never got the initial message. I didn't get it. I don't know why. Leave it to eBay to not be across the board sending the same thing to everybody. Apparently, they sent out a message saying a whole bunch of things in different categories were no longer going to be accepted into media mail, and that included movies, music, actual books. They were saying, sorry, you can't ship through media mail on eBay anymore, these things. A whole bunch of people went in and changed all of their settings, right? Because they're like, all right, well. And then a couple hours later, they sent a, whoops, we screwed up message. I did get that one. I did get the mail that basically said, hey, you know what? Ignore that last mail you got. It was an accident. Didn't mean anything. You can still do that. eBay. Okay, here's the deal. Okay, we can accept that, you know what, you accidentally sent a message that you didn't mean to send. You know what? I get that. Mistakes happen. But that email was in the system somewhere to start off with. It was created that it could be accidentally sent. Why would that message have already been created? Why was it sitting there? I worked in, I'm in radio now. I worked in newspapers for a very long time. I've been in journalism for a long time. And one thing that's relatively very common, and it doesn't matter whether it is newspaper, radio, TV, is when folks start getting older, if they're a little bit old, if they're a little bit sick, if they're a little bit frail, whatever it is, obituaries are written for the famous folks, right? The general idea is you want to have something out there quickly when word comes through that they actually died, and you don't want to start working on it at that time, because so much of what an obituary is it's just a reflection on the person's past, on their successes, on the things that they've done, right? You can do a lot of footwork and you can do a lot of writing ahead of time. And so that's what's done. And obits are a word that we use in newspapers is in the can. It's already set there. It's waiting basically for you to update the top 2 paragraphs. You're updating the when, the where, the how, and then it dives into here's the history of this person. And so then it takes 2 minutes for you to update it and then send it out. And so basically when somebody dies, immediately the story's out there. That's what I think happened here. This has happened. Obits have been, you've probably seen them. They've been erroneously sent out. A French radio site, actually in November of 2020, had accidentally, somebody hit the wrong button. And they sent out on the internet obituaries of Queen Elizabeth II, it was like 100 people. Pele was in the list. There were several politicians. Clint Eastwood was on the list. They had obituaries written for a whole bunch of people, and they accidentally hit the button and they sent them out. And it didn't go to just their website. It was then picked up by MSN and Google and Yahoo. And so they had a mess on their hands, right? This, I believe, is what happened with eBay. This email was sitting there. It was waiting for the right time to be sent, and somebody accidentally sent it too early. They hit the wrong button and sent it out. Otherwise, there's no reason for this to be in their system. So what does that mean? Well, that means that eBay is, for whatever reason, I don't understand why, looking at eliminating media mail shipping. Why they would do that, I have no idea. Maybe they don't make as much money on that. Obviously, it's a very discounted rate. But you know what? It's not a big deal, okay? What you need to do when this actually happens, because I believe it's going to happen. Dominic, the primetime treasure hunter, I was chatting with him about this. And as he pointed out, eBay did the same exact thing when it was right about the time when they were moving over to managed payments. And they were saying, hey, you're not going to be able to sell in the adult category anymore. They sent out messages saying adult category stuff not going to be allowed on our platform anymore. Then they sent out the same type of message, said, oops, no, actually, that's a mistake. Ignore that. You can still do that. What then happened? Not that long after, you can't sell adult-themed stuff on our platform anymore. So what's the difference? My guess is there is no difference. This is probably going to happen. So what can you do? Well, what I would recommend is do it through Pirate Ship. You can link. Pirate Ship is a free thing. It's sort of, you might have seen commercials or heard about Stamps.com. Same thing, other than Stamps.com charges you to be a member. Pirate Ship does not. It's free to join Pirate Ship. You can set up your account. You can link it to eBay. You don't need to worry about it. It's essentially a partner. They're not going to steal your information. It links your information. And so you can actually import all of your pending orders into your Pirate Ship account, and you can ship from Pirate Ship. You can do that on any of the orders. And generally, the prices are right about the same. There's a little box that you check on there. All you do is plug in how heavy your package is and the dimensions, just like on eBay. But there's a little checkbox that says, this item qualifies for media mail or something along those lines. Check that. And then you hit get your rates, and it's going to come up and give you your rates based on the weight for media mail. So even if eBay gets rid of media mail, it might make it clumsy in the sense of you won't be able to just check media mail as a shipping option. You will have to know the rates. So right now, the rates are up. That 1 pound rate, $3.19, I believe. You might just set a flat shipping fee, and so they'll pay you the $3.19, and then instead of shipping through eBay, you ship through Pirate Ship's system. I think that's the best way to do it. You can ship through PayPal, but I believe they charge you like a 30-cent fee or something, so don't do that. Go to Pirate Ship. It's free. You can hook it up to your eBay account, and they're great folks over there. They really, really are. I've had fantastic success and fantastic work through Pirate Ship, both shipping domestically and internationally. So that's what I think is going on with media mail. I think it is going to go away. I don't know why, but don't believe them when they said that was a mistaken message. It's a real message. They're going to send it out. They just didn't mean to send it out right now. So that's what I got for you today, guys. I sure appreciate it. Obviously, I did not go to any garage sales this weekend, but I still have a couple in the bag. I don't know how much longer. We might get snow. The low overnight is supposed to be like 34 degrees and rain and or snow. So here in Montana, I think we might be at the end. I've been talking about it for a while that I think we're near the end. I think we're near the end now. Winter held off longer than I thought it would, but I think garage sales are about to be done. So we'll start changing things up a little bit. I'll show you sales as I've got the footage for them, but after that, we'll switch up to more what sold. We'll switch up to more Q&A type stuff. If you got questions, ask them, and we can answer those. So leave your questions down below, or send me an email or a message on Instagram, and I will collect those, and we can put together Q&As. We'll do what we can through the fall and winter months. It'll be a little bit different, but I hope you stick with us. So I appreciate y'all. I got to get back to football. We'll see you.